Speak of the devil.
Man, shut down. Come on, party
Why you
over.
mad?
What you mean why I'm mad? Get aside, man. This over. Party over, man. Nut ass, man. Come on, man. Party over, man.
Dog,
Shut this nut ass.
Joseline Hernandez, known for her confident and outspoken personality on Love Hip Hop, recently shared a story that shocked her fans. For years, she has been a fearless presence in reality television, expressing her opinions freely and projecting a strong public image. However, behind closed doors, she was battling a hidden pain. In a recent interview, Joseline revealed the abuse she endured from her fiancé, music producer Ballistic. What started as a promising relationship quickly became toxic, leading to both emotional and physical abuse. To her followers, their relationship had always seemed picture-perfect on social media. Joseline and Ballistic would attend events together, share happy photos, and openly show affection. To those watching online, they appeared as an ideal couple. Yet, as Joseline bravely disclosed, this image was far from the truth. The reality of their relationship was darker and more complicated. She explained that what seemed like a perfect romance was actually a source of significant pain and hardship. The glamorous photos and public displays were only a mask, hiding the real struggle she was going through. By speaking out, Joseline has brought attention to an issue that affects many but is often unspoken. Her story reminds us that social media often creates illusions that hide difficult realities.
Man, come on, man. What you talking about? Let's go. What's wrong with you, man? Come here. Yo, stop. Yo, you think this a game, man? I'm not playing with her, man. For that dumbass man.
Joseline remembers how the abuse began subtly, so gradually that she barely recognized it at first. As with many unhealthy relationships, it started with small signs, little arguments that quickly escalated, and moments when her partner's temper would flare over minor issues. Initially, Joseline thought these reactions were due to stress or simple misunderstandings. She brushed off the anger, convincing herself it was just a challenging phase or that things would get better with time. But as the days went on, these incidents became more frequent and severe, bringing her to the painful truth about the toxic nature of their relationship.
What's wrong with you feeding somebody fruit? And then you telling the young boy, oh, don't tell nobody about what we did today, man. All this, man. Man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you a nut, man. You not an example. You a nut.
What's
You
wrong?
a nut-ass broad. That's what the you are.
Are you kidding
Man,
me?
you disrespect me. I told you, treat me like a king.
What?
You don't disrespect me, man.
At first, she tried to ignore the issue, thinking it was just a passing problem. Having dealt with drama and controversy on reality TV in the past, she believed it was just another challenge they could overcome together. However, she soon realized that something deeper and more concerning was going on. Emotional abuse started to emerge as a recurring issue in their relationship. Joseline opened up about how Ballistic would belittle her with cruel words, insults, and constant criticism. Even minor disagreements would trigger his anger, leading to verbal assaults that made her feel worthless and insecure. She began to lose confidence, doubting her own value, and even blamed herself for the arguments. Like many victims of emotional abuse, she felt isolated and disconnected from her true self. But the abuse didn't stop at emotional torment, it eventually escalated to physical violence. Joseline recalled a terrifying moment when Ballistic physically assaulted her, leaving her feeling broken, scared, and trapped. She struggled with intense shame, worried about how people would react if they learned the truth, especially given her public persona. Admitting to the abuse seemed like a dangerous step, as it could damage her reputation. Joseline feared being criticized, ostracized, and losing everything she had worked so hard to build. Yet, despite these concerns, she made the brave choice to tell her story. Sharing her experience was not easy. Like many survivors of domestic abuse, she battled with guilt and self-doubt, unsure whether speaking out was the right decision. But in time, she realized that keeping quiet would only allow the abuse to persist, both for herself and potentially for others enduring similar situations. During the interview, Joseline stressed the importance of recognizing the signs of abuse and reaching out for help. She encouraged others in similar circumstances to break free and seek support. "You don't have to go through this alone," she said. "You deserve love and respect, and no one has the right to hurt you." Joseline's courage has ignited a broader dialogue about abuse, particularly in celebrity culture, where facades and conceal painful realities. Her story shows that abuse can happen to anyone, no matter their wealth or social status. Today, Joseline is focused on her personal healing, rebuilding her life, and spreading awareness about domestic violence. She wants others to realize that they too have the strength to speak out, recover, and begin anew. Her journey. although difficult, ultimately highlights her resilience and strength. Joseline's suffering wasn't only emotional over time, the abuse became physical. She recalled a terrifying moment when Ballistic assaulted her, leaving her feeling shattered and trapped. Although painful, she chose to reveal these details to help others grasp the reality of her ordeal. She described feeling lost, saying, "I no longer knew who I was. The man I loved and trusted had transformed, becoming someone who could harm me through her candidness. Joseline has become a voice for survivors, emphasizing that abuse, whether emotional or physical, should never be tolerated." She wanted people to understand that no one should live in fear or pain, and that everyone deserves a life filled with respect and security. Her story powerfully highlights the journey of reclaiming one's voice and taking a stand against abuse. By opening up about her experiences, Joseline hopes to inspire others in similar situations to find the strength to speak out and seek help. Known for her bold, confident image on Love Hip Hop, Joseline Hernandez recently revealed a hidden part of her life that had been kept in the shadows for years. Despite her fierce on-screen persona, behind the glamorous photos and public appearances, she was battling a painful reality that no one suspected. In a deeply personal interview, Joseline recounted her experiences of abuse in her relationship with her fiancé, music producer Ballistic. To the public, their relationship looked loving, but in reality, it was a painful journey she endured alone. Joseline shared that, while her relationship with Ballistic began as something seemingly ideal, it soon turned dark, toxic, and abusive. Though their relationship appeared perfect to the outside world, with public appearances, affectionate posts, and an image of deep love, a disturbing reality lay hidden beneath. In her interview, Joseline explained that the abuse didn't start with obvious violence or harsh treatment, but began subtly, with minor arguments that quickly escalated as Ballistic's temper flared over trivial issues. Initially, Joseline tried to ignore these incidents, attributing them to stress or communication problems, and hoped it was just a rough patch they could work through. Given her past experiences with drama and controversy on television, she assumed this was simply another obstacle they could overcome together. However, Joseline soon came to understand that these events were neither isolated nor temporary. She began noticing a repeated pattern of emotional abuse that gradually became a constant in their relationship. She recalled how Ballistic would insult, criticize, and belittle her, which left her feeling insecure and questioning her self-worth. The relentless verbal abuse wore her down, causing her to doubt herself and even take on the blame for their problems. She felt increasingly isolated, losing her confidence and sense of identity. Famous for her bold presence on Love Hip Hop, Joseline Hernandez recently shared a deeply personal and shocking experience. Known as a fearless, outspoken figure in reality TV, Joseline had long appeared strong. However, beneath the fame and glamour, she was hiding a painful reality in her relationship with her fiancé, music producer Ballistic. In a heartfelt interview, she revealed the abuse she had endured, something she had kept private until now. To fans, Joseline and Ballistic appeared to be a happy couple. They attended events together, posted affectionate photos online, and displayed their love publicly. Their social media painted a picture of a couple in love, enjoying life together. Yet behind the scenes, the reality was much darker and more complicated. What seemed like a perfect romance was, in fact, marked by conflict and pain. Joseline explained that the abuse started subtly and almost unnoticeably. At first, there were minor arguments that soon escalated. Ballistic's temper would flare over trivial issues, and Joseline initially dismissed these incidents as stress or misunderstandings. She hoped it was a temporary phase that they could work through together. However, it became clear that something far more troubling was happening. Emotional abuse became a regular part of their relationship. Joseline recalled how Ballistic would criticize her with harsh words, making her feel small and insecure. His anger would arise over insignificant matters, leaving her feeling worthless and full of self-doubt. She began to question her own worth, often blaming herself for their conflicts. Like many who suffer emotional abuse, she felt increasingly isolated and lost her sense of identity.